Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? So, who do we have in the house? We have Amber, Amora Empath, Amora Witch Empath, Rooted. The others will join shortly. Oh, there's Barbara Ann. How's it going, girl? Okay, so tonight we're going to talk with 30 South Paranormal. They are an exploration team. They do paranormal. So we're talking here with Mike. How are you, Mike, tonight?
I'm
Michael.
doing good.
Sorry.
Mike is fine.
Okay. I would like to know, why did you call your channel Dirty South Paranormal?
Well, actually, that comes from Melly. She's Matthew's partner. She's the co-founder, and she
Okay.
said, we pretty much live in what they call the Dirty South, and so she's like, why not call the team Dirty South Paranormal?
Okay. So your team, you have how many people on your team?
To be honest, Matthew probably knows better than I do. I believe we have around 6 to 10.
Really? Oh, so it's a big team.
There is a few, but usually ends up like we try to keep the investigations around 5 or 10, just so it's more manageable. And
Okay. And so what got you started into the paranormal?
for me, it was been I had an experience when I was 2, and it's kind of been around me all the time. I just never really thought it was something like people actually did, because being in the Bible Belt South, it's like nobody really talks about the paranormal. Really, was my understanding, and so I was quiet about it. And then about 4 years ago, Matthew approached me from another paranormal group and said, "Hey, would you like to join our team?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be really cool." And actually, the next day, I went on an investigation with them.
Okay. So that's how you met, I guess?
That is how I met them.
Okay. So, guys, remember, if you have any questions, you put them in all caps and we'll see what we can do.
Hey, Rooted.
Okay. And there's another team member. His name is Matthew. He's going to
Yeah.
join us a little bit later on during the show. So, like, can you tell us, like, what kind of equipment you use for your exploring
For
of
me
the
right
paranormal?
now I'm using an Ovilus. I use my cell phone. I have a full spectrum camera. I have a regular digital camera, and I have a trimeter. I haven't really used the tri-field meter much. Still getting the hang of how it works. And I've used once or twice a K2 meter,
Okay.
and a couple apps on my cell phone that I really like is the ghost hunting tools. And on a investigation last weekend, I actually got introduced to an app that is an SOS camera on your cell
Okay.
phone.
Yeah, I saw that app. So, like, how do you find your haunted places?
I tend to research on the internet, looking up haunted, what's been claimed, and then just kind of look around the what's in the city and what's in the area, and just see what history's around there. Like, for example, I'm looking at trying to get an investigation in Gonzales, Texas. Now, there's not a lot of paranormal, like haunted buildings or anything there, but to me, there's one thing that's missed, and that's where the first shots of the Texas Revolution happened. And I went and visited the marker for it in the city nearby, and they said, yeah, there was 3 skirmishes that day as well. And I was like, wow, there's got to be something here on the land. And so I'm like, this is untapped. I don't know that many people have investigated this. And so that's kind of how I do it, is I look at historically what's happened and what was around the area. Like, Texas has a lot of frontier land, so Indians, flashes would be big stuff to find.
Okay. So each member of the group has a certain task to do. Like you look up the stuff, and someone else would do something else, or
We
you're
kind
all
of
in it together.
we kind of started out that way, and then we kind of were like, well, like we have one member that lives near Tyler in East Texas who has more familiarity than I do. I live in central North Texas. The founders are on the west side of the Metroplex, and so we decided, we'll each take our area and just see what's there, and we all just started researching and looking and finding spots.
Okay. Okay. So the founder of like the channel, the team, the name, is it Matthew?
Matthew and Melly are the two that founded the team.
Okay. Okay. So how many years of experience do you have in the paranormal field?
Investigation wise, I would
Yeah.
say off and on 5 years,
Okay.
because I did some investigating before I met Dirty South Paranormal, just on my own. It was with them that I realized I could do a team, and that was actually something that people actually did.
Okay. And do you have something like on a bucket list for this new year coming?
Actually, I do. Interestingly enough, I have a cousin that I haven't really talked to a lot, and she lives in Georgia, and she saw that I was into the paranormal and reached out to me and said, "Hey, are you in the paranormal?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I've had these experiences in the past. Would you be willing to come out and investigate with me and show me how to do this and everything?" And so I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Get to rekindle connection with a family member. So I have that I'm hoping to do.
Okay. And what would be your favorite equipment to use when you're out investigating?
The Ovulus, because when we're trying to get EVPs and everything, you're guessing if there's something there or not, and you run the risk of talking over the spirit because you don't know when they start talking. Where the Ovulus, you can ask a question and it'll announce the answer. Like if you're in a room, it may all of a sudden say play, and it'll verbally say it so it brings your attention to it. Whereas the app on the phone, the Ghost Hunting Tools app we use, you have to keep looking down at the screen and you may miss answers. So that's why I prefer the Ovulus, is because I can hear it firsthand and know what's going on.
Okay. And what was your most creepiest place you've ever um, did I'm losing my words tonight. Sorry, guys. That you investigated. What was the creepiest place you ever investigated?
Well, I'm going to answer that in two ways. One way with the team, and one way where I was on my own.
Okay.
And with the team, I would say was my very first investigation, which was Yorktown Memorial Hospital, because it's 3 levels and it's dark, and I had no idea what I was walking into. And there was like a room that had a jail cell in it, just in the center of the room, and it was like just all around creepy, and you could see blood on walls and all types of stuff going on. And so that one kind of got me going, this is interesting, but it also got me thinking, wow, are other places like this? This is kind of cool. Now, the one on my own was last weekend. I went to Broken Bow Asylum in Oklahoma, and it was a tribute investigation for Ken Potter of Potter Paranormal, who passed away.
Okay.
And there, during the investigation, the owner would say, hey, I know you guys are here, and I know I told you don't throw anything, but you can throw something, just don't hit anyone. And just as she asked that question, something hit something right behind me, and I was like, whoa. And then later on, she'd say the same thing, and I was getting answers on an ovulus there, and it was just all around like I could feel like something was watching me, and all these spirits were there, but making themselves known in different ways. So that one had a very high creepy factor for me.
For sure. Mark B has a question. Have you ever been touched or scratched before?
I have been touched in a kind of not the way you would expect to be touched, and that was when I was in Seguin at Magnolia. There's something, I was standing halfway in a door frame, plucked the back of my shirt. Like I heard it and felt it, but nobody was around me. The two teammates I was with were sitting on chairs on the opposite side of the room. So that I count that as a touch, and that really got my attention.
Okay.
And
Barbara Ann. Oh, you weren't finished. Sorry.
that's okay. And I have been scratched once, but I'm not 100% sure if it was scratched by spirit or if something caught my ankle and just nicked it. So that one, I can't honestly say yes, I've been scratched or no, I haven't.
Okay. Barbara Ann has a question. Has anything ever happened that made you second guess paranormal investigating?
Well, I would have to say, to my perspective, no, because I'm still going on and investigating. But there have been times where the team has split and taken a break from investigating, so it does happen. But our team is more like family, so when we need a break, we just are like, hey, need a break, okay. And then when the break's over, we're like, all right, let's go, we're ready, let's go back out.
Okay. Um, did you ever go and investigate and get caught, like they say, got busted, or you always had permission to go to these locations?
We always try to get permission in advance as much as we can. It was kind of interesting is there's a park in Arlington we went to, and we had permission the first time, and the lady had told us, if you ever want to come through, that's fine, you guys are cool. And so we were like, all right. So it was like a year or two later, we're like, well, let's go back out and see what's going on now. And a couple officers were driving their vehicle by and said, "Who's the historian slash paranormal person?" And I said, "Well, that would be us." And he goes, "Yeah, I saw on your clipboard your paperwork for one of the locations here." I said, "Yep, that was my car." And they were just seeing if we were okay.
Okay. And was there a place you ever regret going because of it was too scary? Like it's something you either you didn't get no response of nothing. Did that ever happen?
No, because what happens is when you're out there, you may feel like nothing happens, but then when you get back and you start reviewing like all your photos, listening to all the audio, you start to realize there is stuff there. So there, I would say we have never actually been somewhere where we got absolutely nothing. It's just we don't always know what we have until we get back to our homes and look at what we have.
Okay. Oh, here's a good question from Ida. What do you use for protection? Do you pray before, after, or carry anything for protection from bad spirits?
Now we do what's called smudging, where we do sage afterwards. Before we go in with the intention, nothing can attach themselves to us. Nothing has permission to go home with us. It's their home. It's there. Stay home. And when we do get attachments, we use holy water, or we use, like, I'll use Reiki energy and kind of push it off and, return it back where it came from. I will go in wearing, um, boy, I'm trying to think what they call it. It's a meteorite that has energy that's supposed to lower EMF, and so it blocks them from being able to attach me. Gosh, I'm trying to think of the word. I'm like, I have so much of it around. I can't believe I can't think of the word. But the other thing I do is I have organite that I have specially made that's in my car and in my room, so that if something does attach to me when I get in the car, it's automatically removed. And we also have the intention that, we're going to be cleared and nothing goes home with us, and we do our best to keep that from happening.
Okay. There's a question here. What's the most haunted location you've been to from Northwest Ghost Adventures?
Oh, boy, it's hard to pick one. I did a county jail where a rocking chair started rocking and stopped on its own. I couldn't
Oh,
get it to stop on its own. I could get it to start rocking by barely touching it, but it was like, wow. I couldn't get it to stop, so that one was haunted to me. The old Nazareth Hospital in Mineral Wells is super haunted, and that's a really cool location that I can't wait for it to reopen so can start investigating there again. And I have to say the Seguin Magnolia, just because there were candlelight lights that lit up, that it would alternate rooms, and we couldn't figure out how to turn them on or off. And so don't know how these lights were turning on, and we had a door slam on us twice. We couldn't figure out how the door slammed.
okay. And who does like your video montage? Like puts the video together and chooses the music if there's some and stuff like that.
That would be Matthew. Matthew runs the Dirty South Paranormal Instagram and YouTube channel, and so all the videos on there are pretty much, if there's music on it and stuff, he mixes all that and puts that together. Now we ourselves do videos, and on occasion, if we have something really cool and we're out there as a team, I might say, here, Matthew, here's a cool video you can put up for the YouTube. And that one happened with doing the old Park Hotel in Ballinger, where I was walking around and I get into this doll room that has a crib, and somebody says they heard something tap me 3 times. Well, a fellow lead a year ago said she got tapped 3 times in that room. And there's a little girl's voice that clearly says, "Leave me alone." And I never heard it. And I walk out of the room. And so a lot of people were messaging me on Facebook, because it was a Facebook Live, saying, "Hey, did you hear the little girl because you left the room?" And I said, "No, I just left the room because I thought, there was nothing really there." And somebody took and watched the video and paused and took a picture where you could see the spirit of a little girl underneath a tabletop right by the door. It's like you just kind of pass by. So I kind of like the Facebook Lives for that reason, is people catch stuff I'm missing, and so I appreciate and grateful when they point that out for me.
Okay. Rooted has a question. Since you are running solo, what is your favorite place that you would love to spend entire week at? It can be anywhere.
Oh, Rooted, okay. I can answer that question. In the U.S., I would have to say Gettysburg because of the battle in Antietam, or I would have to say Waverly Hills, just to experience, see what everyone's experiencing and see what it's like. In Europe, I would have to say is the Paris catacombs, and Edinburgh. I would love to investigate those 2 areas.
Okay. And so, in all, like, how many times in a week or whatever do you do these investigations?
With the team, we tend to do 1 or 2 a month, because we have lives and we know everyone's not free all the time. And I usually tend to do 1 or 2 myself with the team, and alone maybe do 1 or 2. And this month I'm actually ending up going to every Saturday, almost 3 out of the 4 going to an investigation. So it's kind of like I'm using April to push myself and go, can I do this? For a month, go traveling to location to location to location, and can I do this, or is this like biting off more than I can chew?
Okay. And does your channel have like a schedule? Like every Monday it's a video and every Friday it's a live or
I tend to not put a schedule on mine, because I feel like when I'm inspired to make the video, that's the right time, and I don't want to say to myself, "Ooh, it's Wednesday. I got to do this video." Because then I also think everybody will just look at the channel on that day. To whereas if you don't know what day it comes out, I think it makes people kind of check it out more just to see, hey, did they post something today? Or is it going to be tomorrow? What day is it? So it keeps people viewing, and they may see a video that they missed before.
Okay, so are you more active on your Facebook or YouTube?
I'm actually starting to be more active on the YouTube and doing more filming for YouTube and not doing the Facebook Lives. I'm kind of stepped away to see what that's like and see how much different it is. But at the same time, I'm kind of feeling like, boy, people are missing the opportunity of experiencing it at the same time I am. So I kind of miss that aspect.
Okay. Here we have a question from Amber. What made you decide to investigate ghosts?
Well, Amber, that's a really cool question. I, when I was in southern France, had an experience where I saw a lady in white float by in the late hours of the night in Rennes-le-Chateau. And so they've been around me, but I've always was like, oh, let's not talk about this because I don't think so. And then as I started realizing people actually, with the paranormal shows that are out and, people actually being opened up to it, that I was like, wow, it's actually is something I can investigate, that you don't have to be educated a certain way to be able to do this.
Okay. So, did you already have your equipment or you decided to get your equipment then start making your videos? How did that work out? Did you start videos without equipment first or?
The first equipment I used was the cell phone. I used Phasma Box on a laptop, and I used a digital camera, and then later on I got full spectrum camera, and it's kind of been one of those progressions as I investigate and I see equipment being used maybe on shows or other people using that, I'm like, hey, that really could help out. Then I start looking at going, oh, maybe I, can start using that equipment.
Okay. Um, so, guys, do you have any questions? I'll check and see if I skipped some. So, are you guys going to be starting like a new? Oh, here we have somebody. Here's Matthew.
What's up?
Hello.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing good. Doing good.
Ooh, sporting a flag there.
So, guys, this is Matthew.
Like,
So, oh, we have
how you been
another
doing,
question.
Sandra?
I've been doing good. Thank you. Here
That's
we
good.
go. We have a question. Do you have any cool locations you plan to visit this year?
Do you want to take
Yes.
this one, Matthew, since you're here?
Yeah, since you
Yeah.
arrived, it's your time to work. You're all in the team here.
we plan on going out to Colorado Urbex Con. Hopefully, we get to go to a place up there with a few of the people that'll be there.
Okay, you plan to investigate while you're at UrbexCon.
Yes.
Okay, you spotted some locations?
There's several locations up there that look pretty interesting.
Okay, I have a question here. What's your favorite thing to do in life does that does not include paranormal or work?
I mean,
My
there's other
family.
stuff you could be doing. No, I like to do genealogy studies and watch TV shows and movies.
Okay, and you, Matthew?
I think
Matthew?
Matthew said family.
Okay, I can't hear him. I think he's frozen.
Yeah, I think you did. And the other thing I like to do too is when with family or friends is play games, board games or card games or video games.
Okay. Here, Barbara Ann, have either one of you had any paranormal happen to you as a child? Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask too. Good question.
Well, I did have an experience that I've shared on my channel. Was the first time I've shared it really publicly was when I was 2. I was in the attic when I lived up north in a suburb of Chicago, and I was looking down a shaft for some reason and woke up on the ground of the basement. So I actually went from the attic through the second floor, first floor, down to the basement, and a wire nicked my eyebrow. And to this day, hair will not grow on that spot of my eyebrow.
Really?
But I remember later in life, when I was like 13, I remembered when I was falling down that this white light just kind of surrounded me and started talking to me and having this conversation, and came to, and I had no broken bones or anything. And so it was kind of like, wow.
Okay. And did you ever have any other experiences after that?
As a in my like elementary school age, no, but as a teenager and middle school age, I'd start to see shadows out of the corner of my eyes, shadow people moving around or peeking about, or see like animals that weren't there.
So,
Or
have you ever investigated a location where there was an animal spirit?
um, for me, I don't recall like with the team or on my own. I was investigating. Remember seeing an animal, but I know when I was younger, I would see like um, my dogs that passed away. I would see them walk by, or I'd hear their footsteps. And I didn't have a dog at the time, and I was like, oh, I know that's my dogs. And so I was like, oh, it felt really comforting having them there and knowing that they were still around.
Okay. Mark B has a question. Do you have any spirits in your house that protect you? I have two.
I do. I have a bunch of guides and angels and stuff around me that helps keep me safe and helps alert me when I can feel something's off.
Oh, I think we're having a return sound or something.
Oh, Matthew's back.
So
Okay.
So they're asking Matthew if you have any spirits that live in your house with you. And he
Uh,
disappeared.
having internet problems. Okay. Here, Mike Adventures. Have you had a spirit say your name? Ooh.
Ooh, actually, interesting story is I was with a friend from Europe, and we were in a hotel in Marshall, about to go to Jefferson, and here in Texas. And I was in one room, he was asleep in the other room, and I heard my name, And so I came around the corner and he was asleep. And so the next morning I said, "Why did you call my name and go to sleep?" He goes, "Well, funny thing is I heard you call my name." And so both of us each heard each other's name, but there was nobody in the room.
Okay. He's back. Okay. You're doing this to avoid the questions, Matthew?
Not at all. Wi-Fi is pretty bad out here.
Okay.
Um,
Do you have any spirits at your house, Matthew?
Yeah, we brought a few home.
Okay. And
Not on
are they
purpose though.
nice to you? Like,
Yeah,
or
they're
they're
nice.
mean, or
They're not going out of their way to be mean.
okay.
except to your
And
internet.
yeah, maybe they're eating your internet for energy. Okay. How many years of experience do you have, Matthew, in the paranormal field?
About 3.5 years.
Okay. And how did you get started into this? Was it a personal experience that got you to this, or
Um, we went and checked out a house close to us, and it was my first time. And we broke out the spirit box, and as soon as it started talking to us, I was like, "Wow, this is crazy." I said we should, get into this. And then my father passed. I wanted to be able to communicate with him, and I was able to do that through the spirit box.
okay? Okay. And did you ever get scratched or anything while investigating?
Yes, I had my shirt pulled and I was scratched, and it was all at Yorktown Memorial Hospital. We're actually going to be going back there with a few other YouTubers here pretty soon.
Okay, I have a question here. Barbara Ann, are either one of you gifted, either sensitive or empathic? So we can start with
I know.
Michael and then Matthew.
I
Michael.
do have some gifts that I bring. I have ability to hear voices that may not be heard by other people from spirits. I am sensitive as I can I call it like a spidey sense where when something's around, I'll kind of like perk up and be like, who's around? What's going on? Sometimes I can catch a smell and be like, where's this coming from?
Okay. And you, Matthew?
Me personally, I'm good at seeing spirits in the photos.
In photos.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have another question here. Whoops, no, not that one. Sorry. The one just on top. Okay. Can a person die in one place, like a hospital, and then show up as a spirit in their house?
I believe they can, because I believe they're gonna go to the people that they're closest to, or where they have the most memories.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was going to say. If they're happy at one certain
Yeah.
location, they'll definitely go back there.
Yes.
I say yes because I look at the point of, this spirit is now energy. So why would it be confined by the walls like we would be? They're probably going home, going to like Paris because they always wanted to go, checking it out.
Yeah.
I think
So
I think if they're gonna be trapped somewhere, it's gonna be by probably another evil spirit that they can hold. If they're more powerful, they can do that.
Okay. Did you ever get in contact with the spirit and it made you feel, or yeah, feel how they died, like on the part of their body? Let's say they got shot on the shoulder. Do you feel like a pain? Did something like this ever happen to you guys?
One of our psychic medium that we had on the team, she actually felt that during an investigation once.
Okay. Can you tell us a bit about this?
She felt like she was like, we was at a auditorium. She felt like she was choking, kind of
Okay.
gagging and
Oh,
choking.
oh yeah. And did you film this? Is it on a video or you shut the
Well,
camera at this point?
that's when we first started out. So we didn't
Okay.
film that one really. That was
You
really
didn't
our
film
first
at the,
investigation.
okay. Okay.
I've
Um,
had experiences like that, but it was before I started filming as well.
okay. Okay. And for you, Matthew, do you have a bucket list that you
Yeah,
want for this
I'd like
year?
to go to I'd like to go to Waverly Hill, or I'd like to go into New Orleans, Oklahoma. Travel a little bit.
Okay. And are you going to be investigating on these travels?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay. You pinpointed places on the map and
Yep.
okay. Okay. And so guys, do you have any other questions? Let's
So
just
Sandra, I have a question for you.
yep.
When will you be? Are you still investigating or going out exploring?
Yeah. I have a video coming out Friday. No,
That's
Monday.
awesome. That's
Monday,
awesome.
and it's supposed to be available for my Patreons, but it didn't work. It was the first time doing this, so I have to figure it out.
I'm
and
glad I'm glad to hear you're still exploring though, because I last time I spoke to you, you was a little scared of it
yeah,
because you got
no,
caught.
like just abandoned house, I won't be
Yeah,
doing, but I will
yeah.
have some abandoned houses and from a distance and do paranormal for the house. They're similar to what I've done
So
lately there.
so do you and your husband have a team that y'all talk to out to and
Yes,
y'all investigate with?
my channel is my family, is my team, my crew. I have Eric, my husband, Eric Zen Urbex. Then I have Bianca, my oldest daughter, and I have my youngest daughter Ashley, and my son-in-law Matthew. We call him Matt,
That's
and
awesome.
he's the drone driver. Bianca can search to find places. And most of the time, I do my videos with Ashley because she lives nearby. Because Matthew and Bianca live in Montreal on the South Shore. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, if my new subscribers didn't know, they now know.
Yeah, and if y'all are watching, please subscribe to Sandra's channel. She supports everybody. We all need to start supporting her. She definitely needs to get her subscribers up. She deserves it too. She's such a nice person.
Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
um, how many times a week do you investigate, Matthew?
Here lately, uh, we just did like 3 locations, like in one week.
Okay.
But we were blessed to be able to do that. People contact us. That's when we got into this YouTube. We got other YouTubers wanting to hang out with us and go to places. That's why we got into this. And we've been meeting
Uh,
a whole lot of cool people.
okay.
We just recently hung out with Robbie from Unknown Ventures. He
Oh,
invited us to a
yes.
place last weekend.
Okay. And when should we be expecting a video of this?
I posted that one a few days ago.
Oh, it's already posted, guys.
Yep.
So remember, the link is on the top to go subscribe to the channel and check this out.
And we luckily, while we were exploring the one place he invited us to, officers was out there watching over us. I guess the owner had wanted the police to come out there and watch over us, and they invited us to their old jail. So that was pretty cool.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
And
I
that's
just put
all
that
in the
video out
same
today.
video? Oh, it came out
No,
today?
separate videos. I just
Okay.
put that one out today.
Okay. Hey, guys, go see that. Okay. And in the next videos, like, what else could we see? Or
We're gonna be having one of auditorium we got to go into. We're gonna be having that one come out. Then we're gonna be going to investigate Hill House Manor out in Gainesville. That video should be coming out probably at least by next weekend.
okay. Wow. So upon that, do you have any special announcements about your channel?
We just hit 800 today. That's
Yeah,
pretty blessed.
I wanted to say that. And
Rudy
Rudy too.
put it up.
Congratulations. I saw it on Facebook.
Yep.
Woohoo. So you hit that
Yeah.
today.
Yep.
Wow. Good going. So are you going to do like a special video for your 800? Like a
I'm sure we
celebration
will.
video or something?
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Okay. Do you have any idea?
Not yet. We're gonna have to talk about it once we get off of here.
Okay. And did you ever like have an idea for, oh, when I hit the 1K, I'll be wearing a dress and pantyhose and everything? Or
No.
Not
do you
again.
guys? No?
I did that once, not again.
Oh, you did that? When did you do that?
When I was
I've never
really
done
little,
that.
my sisters put me in high heels, and I was like,
okay.
no. and
I thought it
dressed
was
me up.
for like a 300 or 400 or
Oh
something.
no.
Okay.
Oh man.
So, does anybody have? Oh, is that a question? Oh, here's the video, guys. Mark took it out. Watch
Thank you,
Old
Mark.
Country. Mark's amazing. And
I
Matthew,
just seen.
did you
Go
see
ahead.
Mark's channel?
I was just about to say he just posted a video today. I was gonna check it out once we get off here.
Yeah, because Mark takes photos, and you always see like an apparition or a face or something. So I thought it
I
would
see him
interest you because you
I
can
see him
see it
posting
in
on the
photos.
Discord, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, you saw him on Discord.
Yeah.
But his video today was really amazing too. I'm really proud of
Yeah.
Mark. And of course, I had to miss it. I don't know why. I have a bell problem. So, upon that, is there something else you would like to mention?
Well, in June, or not June, May, we're going to be going back to Ballinger, to the old Park Hotel, and we're getting access to the Runnels County Jail.
Okay.
I think we're going to be the second or third team to be in that second location.
And they just opened this jail up to the public.
Oh, yeah? So, how do you, like, did you have to take, like, buy tickets to go, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe they were like $100 a piece, but you get a combo. You get to investigate the hotel and the jail. So $50
And you get to
each.
spend the night.
Yep,
Okay,
that's
so
the
you
good
buy
thing.
tickets.
You get your own room too.
Really? So that's going to be another great video for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to going back and seeing if that little girl's still there.
Little girl?
Yeah,
That's where the
yeah.
little girl that said "Leave me alone."
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Well, can't wait to see that. So you'll be better prepared this time
Oh yeah,
because you know she's there.
I may spend a little more time in there, even though there is a super creepy doll in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually spent the night in the room across from there too, with that doll looking my direction. I was like, that
We should
is,
have put that doll up in the room with you, Michael.
I would never have slept.
Can you share with us a little history about this place? Like for some people that don't know this place? Like
Um,
the
Found
stories, like let's say the Cecil Hotel or something?
It's Old Park Hotel. I believe it used to be a brothel. It was back in the cowboy days.
Okay.
it was a brothel, 2 hotels, I think, before they got it.
Me
Um,
myself, I would say it's probably one of the most haunted places in Texas. We get something every time we go there.
Okay. And do you have like a list of places in Texas that are rated the most top tens?
Uh,
Not really, but it's something I'm working with someone on, uh, creating an app that will do that.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Because here in Quebec, we have a list, a top 10 most haunted list that's officially. So I was wondering if it was something like that in Texas as well.
There's a lot of
well, the
websites that say top 10 this or that, but they're always different. So,
the video I just put out a week ago of the Ozona Hotel, it's actually on the most abandoned haunted buildings that's never been touched, and they also say there's black-eyed children in there.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah,
And did you went already? That's what you were
yeah,
telling me, right?
that's the place. That's the place we went last weekend.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I had to miss because I was doing the tribute investigation.
Okay. So, does anybody have some last questions? We got about 8 minutes left. Let's just scroll up and see.
So, Quebec, that means you've been to the fort that's really haunted up there. That was part of
Nope,
the French and Indian.
nope, not yet. Future plans. Yep. Let me see. Yeah, because we have a list of the most haunted. We have 10 of them uh, on this list. And I've been to the first one, but the others I have to go through them. I'm waiting for the weather to warm up a bit now that we got rid of the snow. So I'll be out there more frequently. Yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as some of these restrictions are lifted up too, then we can do more.
That's it, because we are still on a curfew. Like we have to be in for 9 p.m.
Oh, that's crazy.
because we're in
They,
the orange zone. But if you're in the red zone, it's 8:30.
out here, they just
Wow.
recently lift. They just lifted in the schools where you don't have to wear masks no more.
Oh, oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah. We
Here
told
we're
our
far
son,
from getting lifted.
you're still gonna wear your mask.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here we're way far from. Oh, it's 8, Nicole? Okay. Um, so yeah, as soon as calm down, Rudy. What is this Barbara saying? Calm down, Rudy. So, guys, do
Yeah.
you have any other last questions, either for Michael, Matthew? or me, you can just go right ahead. And don't forget to go check out their channel. It's worth it. You'll like it, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Okay, I have a question for me. Sandra, has you had a shot yet? Yeah, and are you planning on getting one? I'm getting a shot for sure, but the way they work here in my where I live, they do by age group. So the next age group, I should be eligible to go. So I'm gonna go for sure. I don't want to take a risk because we have young victims here. They're so young and they're in the hospital and everything. I can't help. I watch Western movies. What is he saying here? I can't help. I watch Western movies and I have the.
He
Fastest
has the
type in the
fastest
West.
type in the West. Bah, bah, bah. He's
What's the one place? Oh, Barbara here. Barbara has a question. What's the one place you will never go back to?
Ooh.
Well, the only one that comes to mind for me would be an abandoned school we did in Mineral Wells, only because they closed it to investigation, so we're not allowed to go back.
Oh, okay. It's not
But
because
I'll
of a
get us
bad
back.
experience.
I'll get us
no.
back in there.
No, and funny story about that is Melly and Matthew and the team, I tend to be quiet because I know they're doing stuff, and so I'll just appear, and it makes them jump. And so they thought they would be funny and get back to me doing one of the Estes methods and mess with me. And so they started banging on doors, slamming doors, and trying to get me to jump out of this room and run while at the school. And it kind of backfired on them because there was actually stuff happening while they were doing their thing. And so I was like more interested in what the evidence was, but I have yet to experience a location that I've had to run out of.
Okay. So you mentioned you do the Estes method.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do it
love
with
that man.
a RAM pod or the necrophonic app?
I like to do it with the SB7, the
Okay.
original spirit box.
Okay. Okay. And headphones and blindfolded.
Yeah.
And do you feel like as if you're in purgatory or something like that? Because I did it once with necrophonic app, and you have the sensation as if you're in purgatory and everybody wants to talk to you at the same time. I've never been to
Yeah.
purgatory, you know. That's the feeling you get, or you're in a tunnel, a dark tunnel.
Yeah,
So,
I have a little trouble with the spirit box because with all the static and background noise, to me, I have a hard time hearing clear voice versus static.
okay. And you, Matthew?
Yeah, it can get pretty creepy. We'd like to like put someone in a room by themselves and like put a microphone in there and ask questions that way. And, like go out of the building. That way they feel alone. Like it, because if something's there and you got the blindfold on, your ears are covered up. Basically, they can do whatever they want with you. And Michael, didn't you say you got touched last time?
Uh, I did have something touch my shoulder. That's right. I forgot about that. Or it was either the shoulder or the leg, but yeah, it's like I felt something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of
And
course,
did
that
you?
was while they were trying to scare me at the same time.
Wow. Okay. Well, guys, we've come up to our 1 hour mark. So everyone that can drop their links, go right ahead and make sure to check out Dirty South Paranormal. They are really good friends of mine in life as well. We chat on Facebook and everything. So, on that note, I want everyone to have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all in your next videos. Bye.
Thank you for
Love
having us
you
on,
all.
Sandra.
Yeah, thank you
You're
for having us.
welcome. It's my pleasure.